Judd Trump getting the second half of the semi-final underway, 4-0 up against Ali Carter. So Trump needs 2 more frames for the captain, surely.
Yes, I think we felt that the frame before the mid-session, he just has missed a lot of balls. I think the last 2 frames, frames 3 and 4, would have been the ones that hurt him, I think, just the way that he... I mean, he played on this table in that configuration this year, the 10 bedroom, but it's still not like playing on the main table. And what I would say is, I think it is difficult. These you know, big ranking events, you've got to keep performing day in, day out. I mean, he's played well.
But then he misses that one. These are the things Carter's got to cling on to.
He's offered up a good chance here. Yeah, I think he's not even in. Oh my God.
From this black.
1.
Not much did happen. I'll tell you there was... person to come to the table might win the frame because the balls are pretty well placed now. So that's not...
4.
That unravelled very quickly for Ali Carter. Right, now Ali Carter, another chance, is red.
Holding the door open for some sort of recovery. Guess that's the thing though about golden chance to win a frame. Need another red after this.
I mean, you never know what can happen. Yes, it's just a frame, and you know, you're good this week. Tonight, it's not happened. Quite quickly. It's not been a classic match so far, but it could still end up quite interesting.
Semi-finals against John Higgins, he was 3-0 up, and every inch 3-0 should. You just never. Facts. Well, he enjoyed with Sean Murphy in the final. Murphy beat Neil Robertson 6-1 this afternoon. Of course, if Trump or Carter can events won by different players. Maybe the most surprising thing about that is that Trump's not on the list yet.
A good cue ball anyway. Getting the cue.
Yeah, he had to rely on Trump, didn't he? Offering up 3 or 4 openings.
And once again, and that's not a good return from Trump either. He lifted his head straight away. He's not even got back past the bolt line there. Very thin safety shot, this. Not that thin.
Foul.
Could be a free ball, even worse.
34.
Well, that's where it becomes more... Between green and brown off the second cushion here. Played it nicely. Bit weighty. Steered pretty well, though, and I think...
7.
Siding against it, just picking off the reds. I was just looking at... Yeah, oh yes.
27.
That's good. Now that is probably the best shot he's hit all evening. To get...
Forty-one. 49.
When was a 147 not a maximum?
Well, I'll tell you what, if he hits this break going there, because the stats people were getting him quite excited, I think.
Where he made 16 red clearance and a maximum in the same match a few years ago. But the pertinent thing is there's still enough on here for Trump to win this frame.
I've got it in my mind, Dave. I don't know the... No, I think maybe he was on for one and it didn't quite get there. But, I mean, they're very rare anyway. And like you say, we move on from that and the frame...
Sixteen. 23. 24.
No 16 red clearance, but actually, aside from here, I know he's missed that, but it's a much better frame from Carter. It's one of those you get close to. I mean, you get to the point, if you can win the next frame at 4-3, banging the match, you know, it's a different ball game to what was happening at the mid-session when he wasn't performing at all. Very good. Needs that cue to hold up here. Reds. It's not the most natural of shots, this, about half ball. No, he's played crucially on that bottom red, so the split of the bunch is... Oh, that's an absolutely brilliant shot. Well, the last two shots have been... It's always the sign of a great player that when they can...
Now Judd Trump.
Well, I mean, they can last 5 hours, can't they? You know, a 6-5, and we see it snooker. I'm not saying these two would take 5 hours, whatever.
$50.
Let's get go. He's a really good 56, but he'll be kicking himself that he didn't get the frame one at the end.
Good red, but if you can...
That's from one.
Well, that's clearly the right shot now that he's knocked it in. Right, what can he do here?
$7.
But it's not impossible, by any means.
$15.
The referee will have the final say, of course. Tight one. Now, is he going to have an angle on the black to get the red in play? Well, that's what he did, and again the ball jumped. For some reason the ball's jumped there. I've seen that a few times. Oh, it was a complete miss. Put his hand up there, Carter, as if he was.
It's ultimately led to him probably losing the frame.
Well, look, he started to play better, Ali Carter, but he missed a trick.
Snooker right now, but crunches the yellow in. So now 2 required.
8.
And in goes the green as well. Well, of the 6 times Carter has beaten Trump, 4 have been in deciders, and it's going to have to 5-2, needing 1 for a place in the final. For the 5th time in this tournament, because he's won it 3 times. Carter's a twice champion himself.
He's quite a way off that one. He made a good break in the last frame, 56. It's not a million miles away, is it? It's one of those you can...
Just trying to keep the pressure on Ali Carter here. He knows potentially... And the thing is, if he's going to get back in the top 16 because of the...
He's playing as if snookered here, but just trying to drop into some of the reds. Goodness, he was trying to get that cue ball through the smallest of gaps. We've got this. They might be playing the container. Up and down safety. Well cued. I mean, it's a sort of shot, you've got to hit it quite far from guaranteed, but the way Trump engineered. Trouble is, he swung it so far across with pace that he didn't hit the reds. If he'd played it slower, to hit.
Judd 14.
This is a good safety shot. The ball's flying around in all directions here. Oh, I mean, he thundered that in.
Trump 1. Foul. Enemies, Judd Trump 4.
Well, played to just about perfection the second time. Very clean. He's turned into a match-winning chance, I think, if the...
Yes, he's not there. Sean, when he made his Crucible debut as a 17-year-old. And so much on the line as well. Of course, Judd Trump, along with Thomas Sessalt, and of course Brandon passed away in 2020. Sean would love to win, clearly, the trophy named in his honour.
Yes, I mean, he's not as well as anyone in the world right now. That's not to say a win, because I felt the stronger player, then he got heavily beaten. So, you know, finals can be like a different ball game, can't they?
We can agree it's one not to be missed.
27.
Two dazzling talents. Not too far away now. I think he's looked confident at that slip up at the Masters. I think feeling pretty good.
34.
He's going to need... So this should be the ball. The push Judd Trump. Ali Carter struggled pre-interval, didn't he? 4-0 down. It was always going to be tough. Of course he fought. Got back to... Sympodrome, but especially so between two great entertainers, Judd Trump and Sean. The title match in 20's victory over Ali Carter by 6 frames.